Have you ever noticed how your greatest achievement always came on the other side of you choosing to be uncomfortable? You see, for you as a high performer, it's very easy to enter into this space of unintentional isolation because when you look at the people around you, while you do love them, you care about them, you also just know you produce more than them. You recognize that while it'll take you all 6 weeks to do this, it would take me an hour to do it. And we all understand the concept of if I want to grow, I need to be okay being uncomfortable. But the discomfort for a high performer looks very different than the discomfort of the average person. And the reason for this is for many high performers, and I'm certain you fall into this because I know I have, for many high performers, our first thought when we encounter any kind of challenge, anytime we encounter any kind of gap, when we see any kind of opportunity for growth, our first thought is I'll figure this out myself. Our first thought is I don't need to get help because I can do this by myself. And that is a trap that a lot of high performers fall into. And the thing is, they're not wrong. Here's what I mean. They're not wrong because, yes, give any type of high performer enough time, they will figure out anything. Like if I were to give you time to figure out whatever the issues are in your life, you would figure it out at some point. So you deal with the discomfort of the pressure that comes from you trying to brainstorm and figure it out yourself. But why that is a trap is because that causes you to isolate and for you to look at everybody that is around you as incapable of helping you. And so what this creates is, as I said, this isolation that keeps us from actually advancing because we're just simply stuck in the process trying to figure it out ourselves. When we need to be, even as high performers, we need to be pursuing people who can help us so that way even ourselves, we're uncomfortable, but in a way that leads to growth and not from a place where when I achieve the thing, I'll be relieved because I've just been frustrated trying to figure this out all by myself. So I'll give you a real example. This has happened to me literally last week. For me, I'm in both worlds of ministry and marketplace. I'm a campus pastor where I kind of lead the campus. I'm also a coach with Craft Your Dream, and I'm training and all the things, helping people achieve big goals, helping people just simply get things done. And the issues that were in my business, I saw different opportunities. I saw different things that I could improve in. And at first, my first thought process was, I'll figure this out. I can figure this out on my own. Give me some time. I'll read, I'll go watch, I'll go learn, and I will figure this out by myself. And one of the things that really hit me as I was navigating this space was, as I said, yes, I will figure this out at some point. But the thing that really changed my mind towards my approach towards handling these issues was this is going to take too much time. This is going to take too much time for me to really figure out what I don't know, to even become aware of what's really going on, and then actually implementing a strategy to fix it. So what I chose to do, this was me choosing to get uncomfortable, was I decided to hire my coach for one day where me and him spent the entire day looking at my coaching business. And when I tell you it was the most uncomfortable thing, it was one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever done in my life, but it was the best thing for my life simply because while I was extremely uncomfortable sharing with him numbers, I was extremely uncomfortable with him sharing, what we were doing, the offers and what they were about and the goals and the purpose and, my vision, my values, my passions and all the things. It was so uncomfortable. While I was basically what felt like bearing my soul to my coach, what he did was he gave me clarity. He didn't make me feel less than, even while internally I was uncomfortable because I was feeling embarrassed because I'm like, man, these numbers should be better and all the things. He simply gave me clarity around, okay, I see what you're trying to do. I'm 5 to 10 steps ahead of you. So I kind of see what needs to be tweaked and I'm going to give you the answers. And so while I may have arrived at those answers at some point on my own, he gave me those answers faster. So what does that give me? In general, I was able to get clarity. Okay, here's what actually needs to happen if I'm trying to see the vision, if I'm actually trying to achieve the goals that I have. Here's what actually needs to happen. But now I have that same level of clarity at a level of speed I would not have had if I had kept the mentality of I'll figure this out by myself. I'll figure it out. I don't need the help because I'll figure it out, right? So what I want to do just from my own experience that I literally just went through, is kind of share with you how we as high performers properly navigate growth by choosing to be uncomfortable. And the first thing that we got to do is we have to move away from this thought process and this mindset of, I'll figure this out by myself. Because one of the things that's so interesting is that sometimes your gift can work against you. If you are not careful, your gift can make you run 100 miles when God really wants you to be going at 50 miles per hour. Like, we want to make sure that we're doing the right things. And part of doing some of the right things is making sure my gift is not getting in the way of my growth. One of the ways that we can make sure that I'm progressing the way that I'm called to is to make sure that I'm keeping the main thing, and I'm moving wisely instead of moving, just being busy. So if I am going to properly use my gifts, absolutely. But if I'm going to effectively build and grow myself, even as a high performer, because again, yes, we outwork the average bunch, I have to find a voice. I have to be okay with simply saying, hey, this person is doing better than me in an area. This person has put in more time. This person is 5 steps ahead. And you know what? I have the access to simply ask or invest in my growth, which is going to be uncomfortable, but it's going to be worth it because, again, we're choosing to be uncomfortable so that we actually grow the way we should. So the discomfort of growth is more fulfilling than it is frustrating. Because when you're trying to figure things out by yourself, where you have that mentality of, I don't need the help, I'll figure it out by myself, you will grow, but it will be frustrating. But when you choose to make yourself uncomfortable by listening to a voice, listening to a model, a coach, trainer, mentor, pastor, whatever, when I choose to listen to a voice, now my growth, there's a different level of fulfillment because I've already had the answers. I'm taking the test, but I'm taking the test knowing the answers. And there's a level of fulfillment you get when you understand, okay, this goal that I'm trying to achieve, the growth that I'm trying to see, whether it's in my business, my personal life, my marriage, my ministry, whatever, my career, I'm doing so with a roadmap instead of I'm just throwing stuff at the wall, just hoping something sticks, and something probably will stick because I'm a high performer. So there's this false sense that we don't need anybody just because we outperform most people. And so one of the things we must just commit to as a high performer is to say, okay, while it may be harder for me to find spaces and find ways for me to get uncomfortable, I'm still committed to getting uncomfortable by finding a voice that I'm not used to someone telling me that ain't good enough. I'm not used to someone telling me you can do better than that. As a high performer, we're just not used to hearing these kind of things. So we have to seek out voices that will do that. But then the second thing, once you find a voice, the second thing that you have to do is submit to the voice. Meaning, just do whatever the voice tells you to do. Because here's what a trap that you can easily fall into, right? You can find the voice, but then when they give you the clarity that you've been looking for and it'll get you where you need to go with speed, we can try to negotiate and try to make their plan our own and still say, oh, well, I would have came up with that and I can figure it out myself. So there is a level of, hey, I have to not only find the voice, but I got to submit to the voice and simply do what the voice said. Simple and plain. Like, I need to just do it. And so I can tell you, after that one day with my coach, I went straight into executing. I wasn't trying to, and it was tempting to like, oh, maybe I can make this own tweak myself. Like, this is how I think it should go. And it's like, because I'm a high performer, stuff I do works. Like, it would be a waste of time. So as a high performer, my challenge to you with this video is to simply think about, in the next 7 days, what can I do to make myself uncomfortable so that way I can see the growth? And the way you're going to do that, based on what I just told you, is I'm going to find a voice and I'm going to submit to that voice. I'm going to identify who can speak into my life that's 5 to 10 steps ahead of me, who knows more than I know, seen more than I've seen, and I'm going to simply do what they say, and that is submitting to the voice. That's my challenge to you. If this video blessed you in any way, shape, or form, I want to invite you to simply share this link with one other dreamer that you know, another high performer, another visionary, someone else who is ambitious and has dreams just like you, so that way you can be a blessing to them. I also want to invite you, if you are a high performer or you know someone, to the Builder Lab. This is a free webinar that we do here at Craft Your Dream, where you are going to go from grinding really hard to actually building effectively for your calling. And I want to teach you how to start building effectively by developing your vision, your character, and your structure. Because when you get these things right, you're going to be the high performer you already are called to be, but you're actually going to start seeing progress the way that you know you should. So I want to invite you to do that. You can join this free webinar on the screen right now, or you can just go in the description link below. And I look forward to seeing you there, because I want to help you simply get it done.